Afterburners aren't just cool flames shooting out of a jet. They're like rocket-powered steroids for fighter planes. They can launch a jet past the speed of sound, chase down enemies, or escape a missile with seconds to spare. And once you learn how they work, you'll never see a jet engine the same way again. Back in the early days of flight, planes were slow, noisy, and kinda cute. Once the jet engine came along, it was like strapping a fire hose to a paper airplane. Suddenly, aircraft were racing past the speed of sound. But here's the issue. Regular jet engines have limits, big ones. As aircraft speeds increased, especially during the Cold War, engineers hit a wall. Literally, jet engines couldn't push planes fast enough without catching fire, losing control, or just running out of breath. Pilots wanted more speed, more power, and that's where Afterburners stormed in like a rock star. A normal jet engine works like this. Air goes in, gets squished, fuel gets added, boom, thrust. But in Afterburner, it's the bonus round. After the fuel has already burned inside the main engine, the exhaust is still super hot and moving fast. The Afterburner takes that fast-moving exhaust, sprays in even more fuel, and sets it on fire again. Yes, it literally burns fuel twice, because doing that can double the engine's thrust. That's not a typo. Double. Bait. Thrust. This isn't efficient at all. It's like turning a car into a rocket by pouring gasoline straight into the tailpipe. It works, but your fuel gauge turns into a countdown timer. You don't use Afterburners to go shopping. You use them when everything's on the line. In combat, imagine you're flying an F-16, chasing down a rogue fighter. Without an Afterburner, you'd be left in the dust. But flip that switch, and boom, you're blasting past Mach 1 like a missile with wings. Afterburners give fighter jets the edge when they need it most. Dogfights where turning faster and climbing higher means survival. Quick takeoffs from short runways or aircraft carriers. High-speed intercepts when seconds make the difference. They're loud, they're flashy, they burn fuel like there's no tomorrow, but they make jets lethal. Okay, time for the nerdy part, but we'll keep it spicy. Inside a jet engine, there are stages. Air comes in, gets compressed, mixed with fuel, and burned. Then it exits out the back, pushing the jet forward. Right behind that engine, engineers added a long pipe called the Afterburner section. Inside this pipe, extra fuel is sprayed into the hot exhaust. It's ignited by a flame holder, basically a spark plug with attitude. The exhaust explodes again, creating a much bigger push. It's not subtle, it's not fuel-friendly. It works like a charm when you want to go from jet to missile. Here's where things get real. Using an Afterburner is like switching from sipping fuel to chugging it. A jet running with full Afterburner can drain its entire tank in minutes. That's why fighter jets often sprint, not marathon. Also, the engine gets hot, like melt your tail off hot. Engineers have to build the engine nozzles with special metals and cooling tricks just to survive. And don't even think about being sneaky. That bright flame, it's a giant shoot me sign for heat-seeking missiles. That's why newer jets like the F-22 and F-35 can supercruise, flying at supersonic speeds without using an Afterburner. Not all Afterburners are created equal. Some jets produce long orange fire streaks. Others have purple-blue cones that look like a Star Wars engine. MiG-29. It spats out fire so long it could light a barbecue on the ground. The F-15 looks like it's firing twin plasma beams. The F-22, sneaky, efficient, and still deadly. Its Afterburner is quieter and shorter. But don't let that fool you. It all comes down to engine design, fuel mix, nozzle shape, and how much of a show you want to put on. Movies make Afterburners look like rocket boosters. In real life, into close, just messier. In Top Gun, you'll see jets lighting up their tails and launching into the sky. That part's real. But in combat, pilots use them carefully. You don't want to go full burner unless you have to. Fuel is life in a dogfight. In real ops, pilots flip the burner on and off like a light switch, sprinting, then gliding, then sprinting again. Afterburners aren't just tech. They're a symbol. Reminder that when speed, power, and danger mix, you get something truly awe-inspiring. They're the glowing exclamation point at the end of every fighter jet's sentence. And while the future might lean towards stealth, drones, and fuel efficiency, nothing will ever replace that moment when a jet lights up its Afterburner and rips through the sky like a thunder god. Drop a comment. What's your favorite jet Afterburner moment? The F-15's twin roars, MiG's fire trails, the silent scream of the F-22. Tap like if you love the sound of freedom, and subscribe to Curio Night SW for more military mysteries, jet secrets, and stealthy stories.